Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to CricBuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
There is always so much to talk about the Mumbai Indians simply because of their legacy, the glamour side. Everyone's looking at the Mumbai Indians, 5 titles. Wow, what a side. And then there was that cycle, 18 to 21 and 19-20. They put together, especially in 2020, probably the best team assembled in the IPL. So now what were their choices when they had to look at their retention? Because they had so many. You had to have Rohit Sharma. He's been the captain of the tournament, him and MS Dhoni. And you had to have Jasprit Bumrah. Then you look at Kieron Pollard. Is there a Kieron Pollard replacement at the moment around in world cricket to play those knocks from number 5 and number 6? He's struggling. So right, you have Kieron Pollard. Now you've got Hardik Pandya left. You've got Ishan Kishan left. And you've got Surya Kumar Yadav left. Hardik Pandya, no-brainer. Hardik Pandya, if he's bowling seam, finishing the innings like that, giving you 4 overs, what a combination, but hasn't bowled for 2 years. Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, left-hander, wicket-keeper, top order. Wow, what a combination, but Surya Kumar Yadav is playing sublime cricket. They went with Surya Kumar Yadav, but you could see how badly they wanted Ishan Kishan back. That paddle never went down. It was up there, and it did not matter what cost would be, because they had worked out that they're going to build this core of 5 or 6 players who are going to take them through, and Ishan Kishan was part of those. So what is that core now? Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, Kieron Pollard, Jasprit Bumrah. You can see top heavy batting. Now they need to fill their bowling. Very interestingly, they made 2 buys. I thought Tim David could well go down as one of the revelations of this year. I'm going to talk about Tim David a little bit more. And everyone waited. Are Mumbai going to do something? And then the battle kept going up for Jofra Archer. Bumrah and Jofra Archer is a mouth-watering combination. A bit like, imagine Ricky Ponting and Tendulkar opening the batting. But the difference is Ponting and Tendulkar opening the batting, they were towards the end of their careers. Bumrah has got time ahead, Archer's got time ahead, and like they do in so many of their other businesses, they've looked in the future. They've said, right, 3-4 years, we will have Bumrah, Archer. If there's another retention system, or if there's not going to be any auction, we've got Archer for the next 4-5 years. They're not thinking next, so they'd have done their homework. That was a staggering buy, and history will record whether that was a wonderful tactical decision or whether it was an investment that didn't quite recoup. So all that depends on Archer's elbow. Now, having done all that, let's see what kind of squad they've put together. I'm assuming Archer's not playing, by the way, unless that elbow heals miraculously, comes back. That side looks completely different if it's got Jofra Archer in it. But without Archer, now let's see what they've got. Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan. Top opening combination, explosive left-handed batsman. The moment he comes to terms with the fact that that price tag had nothing to do with him and that there is no guilt or no pressure of the price tag, I think Ishan Kishan can be a match winner, especially in the conditions this year's IPL is taking place. Then at number 3, there's a lot of players around India who are talking about young Tilak Varma. Didn't quite set the Under-19 World Cup on fire when he batted number 3 in the World Cup. But I've been looking at his numbers thereafter, and his numbers are very, very good. And no wonder they're very excited enough to bat him at number 3. List A, average 52, strike rate 96. T20, average 29, strike rate 144. Tilak Varma at number 3 for a side like Mumbai Indians. It is the opportunity of a lifetime. But it also comes with the pressure of expectations. So watch out for what young Tilak Varma does this year. Then at number 4, Surya Kumar Yadav. So he's got a little bit of cushion there. Kieron Pollard at 5, Tim David at 6. He's been the star of the leagues around the world, has Tim David. And not just in say, a CPL or a Bangladesh Premier League, with no disrespect meant to those. There's the Big Bash, there's the 100, Pakistan Super League. He's gone there and he's done well in all those tournaments. And his numbers are unbelievable. You can see why Mumbai Indians have gone after him. Tim David, since 2020, 68 innings at an average of 33, strike rate of 163, 104 sixes and 96 boundaries. In 68 games, he's got 200 boundary hits. He's giving you 3 boundaries and innings day in, day out. Obviously, there's some days when he's not batting because he's batting down the order, but that is a staggering number. And you can see that Mumbai Indians want to play this power hitting game, and that's how they've got Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, Kieron Pollard, Tim David. He might well, as I said right at the top, be the revelation of this year's IPL. So Tim David there. Now what have they got? They've got a keeper. They've got a couple of overs from Tim David. They could potentially have an over or two from Kieron Pollard. Now they need to stock up 20 overs. They've gone with Daniel Sams. He makes my first 11 for the Mumbai Indians, and for a reason, because with both ball and bat, he's been a standout player in the Big Bash. Now, I realize that people who do well in the Big Bash haven't always come and done well here in the IPL. But for Daniel Sams, he's batting at 7, and I was looking at his batting numbers, and that's the reason I've got him in that side. And he's got the highest strike rate, 20-20-21, average 26 strike rate, 174, hits a lot of sixes. And in the history of the Big Bash, he's number 3 in the list of wicket takers behind Rashid Khan and Peter Siddle. So he's doing enough to get into the side with either arm. I know he's not set the IPL on fire so far, so just a little wait and see, because the option there is to pick young Sanjay Yadav, who could be a like-for-like replacement for Krunal Pandya, but again, very young, untested. But if he can be good enough to bat at 7 and bowl overs, wow, that'll be a great buy. But at the moment, I've got Daniel Sams there. Then you're looking for the Risti. They've gone back with Mayank Markanday, who the connoisseurs rate very highly, but there's also Murugan Ashwin. So perfectly capable leggy for this level. Now, you need another spinner. So maybe Sanjay Yadav can come in there. You've got Bumrah, and you've got either Riley Meredith or Timal Mills. There's going to be a few players they'll miss in this side. Right at the top, Quinton de Kock, right at the bottom, Trent Boult. They were fantastic for MI, especially in that 2020 season. They'll want Timal Mills to have the kind of season that Trent Boult had, or they might go with the extra pace of Riley Meredith. But the moment you have your overseas slots filled with Pollard and Tim David, then if you have Daniel Sams, then you can only play one of those two, or you could play both of those, leave out Sams, have 3 fast bowlers. So they've got a lot of variety there. Once again, with Bumrah, if something happens to Bumrah, they're in trouble. But look what else they have done. As the tracks start to get slower, then maybe they might need someone who can take pace off. And I think that is where Jaydev Unadkat has a role to play. Maybe not at the Wankhede Stadium early season when the ball is coming on, but definitely as the tracks start to grip a little bit, then Jaydev Unadkat can come in. So there is that side. What are they worried about? A little bit about the bowling, I'd imagine. A little bit about Ishan Kishan. If he can have a big season, then wow. Because if you're looking at replacements, then you're looking at someone like an Anmol Preet Singh. Really, that's it. For Jasprit Bumrah, you've also got Basil Thampi. So they want that top 6 to keep firing all the time, and they're going to back them. Can this side go the distance, or is this a work in progress side? By the way, just one other thing before we finish. Now imagine this very side with Jofra Archer in the side in place of a Timal Mills or a Riley Meredith. Then you've got Bumrah, Archer, you've got the all-round skills of Sams and Tim David, and then you've got your leggies and another maybe Indian fast bowler in there. It'll look a delicious side. At the moment, with pedigree like that, you've got to back them to qualify. But I think this side will get better as you go along. I think this is a side that's been bought with an eye to the future, but watch out for the big hitters. If the Mumbai batting starts to come good on these tracks in Mumbai, wow.